Sweet treat season is in full swing, and if you are someone that loves fall and even Christmas coming up, and you also have fitness goals, I am here to tell you that you can absolutely enjoy the season and everything it has to offer and still make progress towards your goals. You do not have to sacrifice one or the other. They can coexist, I promise you. I am someone that eats on a high protein diet. I keep my calories around 1,600 calories at least 5 to 6 days a week. This is exactly how I enjoy the flavors of fall and really enjoy the season that I'm in, while also still making progress towards my goals. Now, I do believe there is a balance to be had. There is an 80-20 here where you should absolutely have the days where you go get your favorite fall treats, you cozy up and you turn on your favorite fall movie or have a Gilmore Girls marathon or whatever it is that just fuels your soul. You should absolutely have those days. But with that being said, 80% of the time, you should absolutely still be incorporating fall and the flavors of it and just enjoying it while also working towards your goals. So the recipes I'm going to share with you today are very simple. There's no crazy ingredients. If you are a girly who has fitness goals you want to hit by 2026 and go into it with momentum, you can absolutely easily incorporate these into your meal prep. So this morning has been so great. It is actually a very fall feeling day here in Charleston, which is kind of few and far between. It is not that warm outside. It's about like in the 70s, like low 70s, which I know if you're somewhere else it's usually colder, you're like, that's summer or spring here. But for here, that's our fall weather. It is so gloomy. I went for about a 2-mile run this morning. I resistance train about 4 days a week, and then on Sundays, really, I love to just go for a longer run and get some fresh air, get outside, and it was such a beautiful run. There was a few leaves that were actually changing, which they're kind of spotty here. They're not as not like North Carolina or even like Utah or places like that. So you kind of have to look for the fall leaves changing here. But we spotted some on our run this morning and it was so beautiful. And the vibes were there with the gloominess. We're just going to enhance that gloominess with some cozy cooking sessions today. We're going to turn on all the cozy lights and just enjoy cooking to the aromas and the tastes of fall. But like I said, my macros I usually hit are around 1,600 calories a day. And then I try to get anywhere from 130 to 150 grams of protein. And this is because I resistance train so much. This is just what works for me and the recipes that I have found that have really made me feel really good, I've seen results with, and make me feel really strong. And again, with weightlifting and resistance training that much, it's really important to have that protein to recover. It's just a very key point in my diet. And plus, being low calorie, it keeps me in a fat burning state. So that is what we're going to do today. And if you have very similar goals, hopefully one of these or all of these recipes inspire you and something sounds good to you. And if you are someone that is also eating low calorie or high protein or just wants some healthier meals in your rotation, I hope that one of these recipes or all of them give you some inspiration. And if you try any of them, please let me know. But we're gonna go ahead and get into breakfast because I am so hungry. I'm all cozied up. I have my Halloweentown sweatshirt on again. I told you I would be living in these sweatshirts all season long, and I have. I sleep in them, I work in them, I do pretty much everything in my fall sweatshirts. I'm always cozy all the time. We're gonna embrace the gloomy fall vibes and just have fun cooking our meals today. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I have for breakfast. I've been obsessed with it lately. This has literally been one of my favorite breakfasts I think I've ever had. So for breakfast, I meal prep my breakfast once a week, and I've really been enjoying it because over the summer I was really I was scrambling my eggs every single day, which if you watch my what I eat in a day from then, I have just decided that I really want to meal prep my breakfast, and the way I have done it is just I love it because it tastes like fall, but it's actually really high in protein and is really good for me. So I meal prep an egg casserole for us once a week, and I put a dozen eggs in there. I do chicken sausage, which I get the one from Trader Joe's. It actually has really good ingredients in it for sausage. It's all just like the seasonings and the meat. And then I do, this is the secret thing here that is the most important ingredient to make it very fall, is their holiday vegetable hash. Now, if you don't have Trader Joe's and you want to have the same effect, it is literally just vegetables like sweet potato and squash and red onion, and they do some like herbs with it too, and it's just a blend of it. And then I do some spinach, and I do a cup of cottage cheese. I also do about half a bag of their light Mexican shredded cheese. I put all of that into a casserole dish and I just bake it, and oh my gosh, it is so delicious. It lasts all week, like I said. It is so satiating, and it's a way for me to incorporate fall vegetables and fall flavors while still getting in protein. So I just pre-cut it and have it every single day. So we're gonna put that on our cute little fall plate. I like to romanticize my food by having a cute plating situation. So we're gonna have that. I'm someone that I will make my breakfast have the highest protein. Like, it'll be my highest protein meal of the entire day, because when I have that, I have way less sugar cravings, I'm not as hungry throughout the day, and I'm just overall way more energized. So if I'm gonna invest any of my calories and my protein intake into any meal, it would be breakfast, because I eat way over my calories and have a lot more sweet treats whenever I don't have a good protein heavy satiating breakfast. So before we add everything else to the plate, we're gonna toss this in the microwave for about 40 seconds. So the next thing I love to add to our breakfast is some fruit, and with it being fall, obviously, aside from pumpkins, the biggest fall fruit are apples. So I get these organic sliced apples from Trader Joe's. Yes, you could absolutely get apples and slice them yourself, but right now I am just all about convenience and healthiness. So they're organic and they taste really good. So I get a handful of these. And plus, I like having this as a snack if I get hungry or just like want a quick little sweetness after having some more protein, of course, because this will still give your blood sugar a little spike, even though it does have fiber in it. I do like to just have these ready to go. It's an easy, healthy option. So I just put about a handful on my plate. I usually do like 8 slices. We need some more protein, so I do my Oiko's 000 vanilla yogurt. I love the vanilla one because I can add different flavors to it. So we're just gonna add that on there. And then I do my creatine. So creatine is so good for you if you are working out. It is great for your muscles, your brain function. It helps a lot with recovery, and there's just so many benefits to creatine. So I do just 1 scoop a day, and this is equivalent to 5 grams of creatine. So I just put that on my yogurt. I find it's just the easiest way for me to get it in. I know there's people that take it straight, like with water, and I'm not that girl. I just can't do that. So I put it in my yogurt every single morning. And then if you saw my morning routine, you'll know I love to put some pumpkin pie spice in my yogurt. I put a ton of this in my yogurt, honestly. I love it to taste very pumpkin-y. I want all the flavors, okay? So this is what my breakfast usually looks like, and to be honest, I wake up excited to eat this. I love this breakfast, and every single element has some sort of autumnal touch to it. I really love to dip my apples in my yogurt. It is so good. It's like eating just like a dip of some sort, and I love how easy this is to do every single day. It takes me less than 10 minutes to make my breakfast every day. Like, it literally cut my time in half making breakfast daily just by meal prepping that casserole, and I'm still able to get in a lot of protein and enjoy the season with what I make for breakfast. So let me show you how I make my coffee really quick, because I make sure to turn that into a protein source too. So the way I look at my coffee is it's something I'm gonna have anyway, so I may as well turn it into a protein source. So the way I love to do this is by adding collagen into my coffee. I just use this one from Trader Joe's. It's very affordable and it lasts me pretty decently. So I just put 2 scoops of this in there, and this is 45 calories and 10 grams of protein. So my coffee alone gives 10 grams of protein in my breakfast, and I just figure, you know, if I'm gonna have coffee, I may as well just put some protein in there somehow. Plus, this is really good for your hair, your skin, your nails, your gut health. There's just so many benefits to it, so why not add it in if we absolutely can? And of course, you know, I have to make this pumpkin flavored. I usually prefer the Chobani coffee creamer, but my store was out of it currently, so I just grabbed the Starbucks one. This one's okay. It's definitely not my favorite. I prefer Chobani because I think it is cleaner, but we're just working with what we have, and this will do until I see it again. But this one is 40 calories and 6 carbs per tablespoon. So I measure my coffee creamer because if I don't, your girl's gonna use way too much. So I'm just gonna do 2 tablespoons of this into my coffee. And then I'm just gonna stir that all together, and that is easily 10 more grams of pumpkin spiced protein. Okay, you can't get any better than that. And you gotta find yourself a cute mug to drink it out of, obviously. This is exactly what I've been eating every single morning, and like I said, I just really enjoy it because I do feel like it is very fall themed and has a lot of protein in there. So the total calories, carbs, and protein for this breakfast is 439 calories, 37 carbs, and 41 grams of protein, which is such a great way to start the day, because honestly, losing weight or getting fit or really just taking care of your health overall starts with your blood sugar levels. If you can keep your glucose from having major spikes, that is going to help you so much with your energy levels and get you to your fitness goals so much faster. And protein is such a big key factor in that. Really, protein and fiber. So that's really why I try to have such a high protein breakfast, because like I said, it keeps me so insanely energized and just really helps a lot with recovery from my workouts and building muscle. So I am gonna go enjoy this. You watched me devour this in my morning routine, so I will spare you from having to watch me do it again. But I'm gonna go enjoy this, read my Tony Robbins book, and just do my gratitude journaling, probably start some work, and then I will see you back here at lunchtime. Breakfast was absolutely delicious. I just honestly treasure my coffee time so much. It is time for lunch now. I got some work done. I did forget to show you that I take my coconut cult every single morning. I don't know how many calories are in that. I think it's pretty low calorie, but I take the strawberry one, just literally 1 little spoonful, and that is all that I need. It's great for gut health. If you haven't jumped on the coconut cult train, you definitely should, because it has made such a difference in my digestion. For lunch, we're going to be making a turkey harvest bowl. This is something you could easily meal prep if you wanted to, and you could portion it out. You could keep the ingredients separate and just kind of build it as you go if you really wanted to. It's a really great addition to have into your fall meal rotation. So let's go ahead and get the turkey cooking, and then we're gonna get our veggies chopped. this is all the produce that we'll need for this particular recipe. So first off, we have this butternut squash. Trader Joe's has this one already pre-cut, so I just grabbed it. I'm all about saving time where I can. This is definitely a win if you're able to get that. I'm sure other grocery stores have it too, but we'll need some butternut squash. We have a Honeycrisp apple. This one's just one that's organic from Trader Joe's. And then some organic Brussels sprouts. We have a red onion and a sweet potato. So we're just gonna get these all chopped up, and we're not gonna roast the apple. This is just gonna be saved for later, but everything else is going to get roasted in the air fryer or the oven, whichever one you prefer. And then we're going to combine them in our bowl. And then I'll show you how to make this absolutely delicious dressing to go right on top. Goodness, so colorful. So I put our veggies in here for about 15 minutes at 400. We'll check them after that and see if they need some more time. But our turkey is looking so good. It's all done, so I'm just gonna keep it on low so it stays nice and warm. We're gonna go ahead and make the dressing. It's gonna be a maple Dijon dressing. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let me show you how to make it. Look at how beautiful this harvest bowl is. I love all the colors, and that's how you know you're getting a lot of nutrients. But this was so easy to make, and you can honestly prep it in advance. Like I said, I still have a lot of veggies left over, and I still have some turkey left over as well. So you could absolutely use this for multiple meals, and you don't have to cook it every single day. It's such a great way to get in some fruits, some veggies, some protein and greens, and actually incorporate the elements of fall. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything whenever I have meals like this, because I'm still getting towards my goals, but I still feel like that I'm living in the season, which is the entire point of this. And if you can make meals like this that you truly do enjoy and that you look forward to, it's just going to keep you on track and keep you even more consistent. Because let's face it, summer bodies are made in the fall and winter, okay? Our summer selves are going to thank our fall and winter selves for incorporating meals like this and staying on track and not overindulging. So the macros for this are 583 calories, 43 carbs, and 55 grams of protein. I'm really hungry, so I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat this, and then we're going to move on to dinner in just a little bit. If you are looking for a high protein snack, I really have honestly been having more focus on more dense, fulfilling meals and trying to minimize my snacking. And I'm not totally against snacking. There's days I definitely do it. It's just whenever you snack, every time you snack, you get your glucose to spike, even if it's just a little bit. And every time you do that, it's harder for your body to burn fat, and it's just not good to spike your glucose whenever
it's not a meal. So I really have been trying to minimize snacking most days. So that's really what I'm focusing on. But if you're someone that really wants a snack, what I would suggest is definitely finding something that does have protein in it. Something really simple. You could do kind of what I did for breakfast. You could do an apple and maybe some Greek yogurt, put in some pumpkin pie seasoning, or you could do like, I've seen people do even a little bit of caramel sauce and make like an apple caramel dip. You could do a boiled egg, but yeah, so I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna enjoy this. We'll make dinner shortly, and I'm already excited for my dessert tonight. It's a protein dessert that has honestly kept me away from all of the pumpkin treats. I'm a pumpkin snob, okay? If anything has the word pumpkin in it this time of year, I'm like right there on top of it. I want it. I want all of it and more. So having something that is healthy, that has protein in it, that is so easy to make, has really kept me focused on my goals and has kept me from having so much sugary treats, because I've had instances in the past where I'll overindulge on pumpkin cupcakes or pumpkin cake or pumpkin cookies, like you name it, I'm right there at it, okay? I love, love, love pumpkin, and I don't get tired of it, which is a little bit of a problem, but it's okay, because with the dessert that I found that I'm going to share with you, it has kept me away from all of that. So I'll show you that in just a bit, but I'm going to eat this right now because I'm so hungry, and then we will make dinner very shortly. The sun has officially gone down, but we had a very productive day. We got a lot of work done, and I just got in from a really nice night walk. It was still so gloomy outside, and it just makes the days feel even shorter with the sun already setting even earlier. So I hate closing the blinds so early, and that's kind of one thing that's a little bit of a bittersweet thing with fall, is I love it, but I don't like the earlier days. And if you are anything like me and you do have seasonal depression, just do what you can to try to leverage this time, because you can really use this time where the days are shorter. You can get so much work done in the darkness and come out on the other side being just hitting your goals and having momentum into the warmer months, and you can enjoy them even more, which is why like I said earlier, that summer bodies are built in the fall and winter. So if you can really get your habits down during this time and use this almost as like going, for lack of a better term, 0 dark 30, focusing on yourself, it's really going to help so much during these days where it's dark and cold for a longer period of time. That's also why I go out of my way to live so much in this season and make our space so cozy, and try to incorporate the good parts of the season, like the flavors of fall and the cozy elements the season brings. And the same thing with winter. That's honestly the best way that I've found to deal with daylight savings, because I definitely get affected by it. We're gonna make the most of this fall and winter. So let's go ahead, let's get into dinner, because it's been a couple hours since I ate, which that lunch honestly held me for a really long time. That's why I really try to focus so much more on my meals being so much more voluminous. It's really helped me stay full. For dinner, I'm so excited. We are making apple cider chicken. Whew. I cannot wait. It is going to be so good. And we're going to have a side of a sweet potato with it. Very autumnal meal, very cozy, and it's very, very simple. And I'm actually going to air fry it. You could totally bake your chicken if you want to, or saute it. But for me, I find that air frying it is so much less messy. It's quicker. I just prefer it. So if you don't have an air fryer, I highly recommend getting one. I can link the one that I have below, because I use it for pretty much everything. There's so many different settings on it, so you can toast with it, you can dehydrate fruit and stuff with it, so many different things. So let's get our chicken in the air fryer, because I am so excited to make this dinner tonight. Oh my goodness gracious. So this is everything you'll need. I have some chicken breasts. You could absolutely do chicken thighs if you want. These are just lower calories and they have more protein than chicken thighs. We need 1 yellow onion, and we're gonna do like a clove of garlic. You could cut your own garlic, but I just prefer this minced garlic because it's quicker and it gives the same thing. So I love to save time where I can. Then you're gonna need some apple cider vinegar, and then some actual apple cider. This is one of my favorites, and this one's from Trader Joe's. It doesn't have bad ingredients in there and a ton of sugar like the other ones do, so I really like that one. I totally forgot to show you these two ingredients that you'll need. So we also need Dijon mustard and some thyme. So let's go ahead and get the apple cider glaze going while the chicken's cooking, because we'll finish cooking the chicken in this glaze. I'm gonna let that glaze simmer for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna add the chicken into the pan and just kind of let it cook together for a little bit. But while that's going on and while we're letting it simmer, I'm gonna go ahead and do our sweet potato. So you could definitely bake this. You could put it in the air fryer after the chicken's done, whatever you like to do. But honestly, I have a lot of editing to do tonight, so I need something kind of quick. I like to do mine in the microwave, and that's what we're gonna do. I try to not use the microwave whenever I don't have to, but honestly, it's a convenience thing, and again, I like to be efficient, so that's just what we're gonna do tonight. So I'm gonna wash it and then cut some slits in it and put it in the microwave for probably 7 minutes and check it afterwards. But again, you could absolutely bake this. You don't need to use a microwave, but I'm going to tonight. Which is kind of funny because this is how my mom used to do this. Like anytime we had like a later night, or if I worked late while I was in school and I lived at home, we would have like baked potatoes and use them in the microwave whenever it was really late at night and I was hungry and I got home late, or whatever the case may be. This is just how she would have a very simple dinner for me when it was really late, and it's just kind of nostalgic every time I do this with the microwave, because that's just how I grew up having it. Occasionally she would bake them in the oven, but it was just a very quick and easy dinner most nights, because I was always like, whenever I was in high school, I was also working at a job, and then I also had AP classes. I was a drama student, and I was always out working, or I was doing something for school. So there was a lot of nights where I was up late studying or doing that. So it was just a very simple dinner, and that's where I learned it from. The chicken was all done, so I went ahead and added it to the pan, and the apple cider did cook out a little bit, but it's okay. We're gonna let these sit for a few minutes. I'm just gonna flip them in a second, and then we will plate it all up once the sweet potato is done. I'll probably just put the onions and the glaze on top of the chicken on the plate. I think that'd be really good. So we'll let this sit in here, marinate for a minute, and then we'll get our plate together. This looks so good. Oh my gosh, look at that glaze. And I did garnish it with some thyme. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. And then I just topped the sweet potato with some cinnamon. You could definitely do some butter. You could even do like pumpkin pie spice if you really wanted to, but I really want to keep it as low calorie as possible, so I'm just gonna do cinnamon for my dinner tonight. This was honestly such an easy dinner to cook, so if you are wanting something that's really low calorie and high protein, but you want it to have a little fall flair, this is definitely a really good recipe to do, because the chicken only took like 25 minutes in the air fryer, and to make that glaze, it did not take me long at all. The only thing I had to chop was the onion, and it took me literally no time to do that, and I only used about 1/4 of the onion, so you don't even need the whole thing. And the sweet potato also was very, very quick in the microwave. 7 minutes is all that you need. It's perfect. And this is going to come out to 550 calories, 39 carbs, and 73 grams of protein, because this is about a 9-ounce chicken breast. So this is honestly such a great dinner, and I'm so excited to dive into this. And after dinner, I'm so excited to make my favorite pumpkin protein recipe. This literally is going to keep you away from all those pumpkin treats, like I said earlier. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna go ahead, go dive into this, and then we're gonna meet back here for dessert. The time has come. We're about to make the recipe I have been obsessed with lately, and it's pumpkin protein muffins. Oh my gosh, I have been eating these like crazy lately. They're low calorie, they have protein, and they are just this guilt-free treat that keeps me so satiated with my pumpkin cravings that I don't go indulge in all these sugary treats. Not to say I don't have the occasional one, of course I do, but on a day-to-day basis I can eat these. I don't go over my calories, and I feel like I'm fully enjoying fall. You can have this with your coffee, you can have this as a little snack, you could have this as a dessert. You could do so much with these and top them with so many different things. So I'm gonna show you how I make them. They're so easy, and they take literally no time to prep, basically. So I'm gonna start with wet ingredients. We're gonna go ahead and start with 1 egg. I forgot to mention, I've already preheated my oven to 400 degrees, so make sure you do that. Then we're gonna do a full can of pumpkin. So I just have this organic pumpkin from Trader Joe's. I get this can for our cats too, because it's good for, oh, the oven's ready. It's good for cats to have pumpkin as well. It has some good vitamins and fiber in there, so I make sure to give that to our girls. Then after that, we're gonna do a 1/3 cup of milk, and I like to use the Fairlife milk. If you've been watching my videos, you know how much I love Fairlife milk because it has so much protein in it. It's only 80 calories and 13 grams of protein for 1/2 cup, so that's insane. So I use this for literally everything, and I get the one that's fat-free. Then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. If you want this to be less calories, you could do the sugar-free syrup, but honestly, I do not like all the chemicals that they put in that. Like, I just can't deal with the ingredient list on those. So I don't do that. I just do organic maple syrup, and I deal with the calories because I'm not eating the whole tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of it. So to each their own, but you could definitely reduce the amount of calories in this by using that, and then you could even eat more muffins if you wanted to. But like I said, I prefer the organic because I do want to stay healthy too. Those chemicals are insane. Then we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So those are all of the wet ingredients. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix all of those together, and then we're gonna combine it with our dry ingredients. And I'm telling you, if you are a pumpkin lover, you are going to love these. You can make these a little sweeter by adding some stevia. You could add just a tad more maple syrup if you really wanted to, but I just really love these so much. Okay, we're gonna set our wet ingredients to the side, and then we're gonna do our dry ingredients. I brought a bowl. Okay, we're gonna do some almond flour. So we need a 1/3 cup of that. Really like almond flour, and it has 7 grams of protein. in it. So oh my gosh, I'm all about the protein. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then we're gonna do 2 scoops of protein powder, or just 1 serving of whatever protein powder you use. I just use the Orgain vanilla one. I love this one. It's 140 calories and 21 grams of protein, so it's pretty good. All right, we're gonna mix these dry ingredients together. And then we're gonna combine the wet and the dry. And then I'm gonna take this pumpkin pie spice. I want these to be very, very pumpkin-y, so I'm gonna put a lot of this in here. You can do whatever you want to do with how much you use with it, or if you use it at all. I highly suggest you use it, but I want mine to be extremely, extremely pumpkin-y, so we're gonna load her up. And then you're also going to do some cinnamon as well. However much your heart desires, no specific measurement. And then we're just gonna mix all of this together. So after everything is combined, you're gonna go ahead and put this in your muffin tin. And I like to do mine for starting at like 15 minutes, and then I just see if they're done or not and give them a little extra time if they need it. I like to do that because I really don't wanna overcook them. I don't like overcooked muffins. I don't really know anybody that does, but that just helps me from making sure that I don't overcook them. So let's get this in our muffin tin and get them baking, because I'm so excited to eat one right now. I'm craving it. These smell and look so good. It smells like the pumpkin spice cafe in here. It smells amazing. And it did end up making just 10 muffins, but you could absolutely like put a little bit more in the recipe to make 12, but 10 is plenty for me, and I think they're a great size. I definitely make these last, but again, like I told you, they just keep me away from all of those really bad sugary pumpkin treats on a daily basis. So I'm gonna let these cool for a second, and then I'm gonna show you one of my favorite things to top them with. So I like to leave my muffins in the fridge untopped with anything, just plain, because I have 3 things I really like to rotate between with like topping them if I feel like it, or if I have the caloric room that day. My all-time favorite though, the one that I default to the most, is this pumpkin cream cheese spread from Trader Joe's. This literally tastes like a pumpkin cheesecake in a jar. Like, I don't know how they do it, but it's so freaking good. I can eat it by the spoonful. And then there's also this organic maple butter from Trader Joe's. This is really good. It's just a little higher in calories, so it's not my first pick. And then also this pumpkin butter from Trader Joe's. This is also really good. I look forward to this every single year. I don't put this on as much, but it's a good option. But I'm gonna enjoy my pumpkin muffin. It's freshly baked. It's still kind of falling apart because I didn't fully let it set. I just got too eager. That's so good. Oh my gosh. So the macros for each muffin comes out to 80 calories, 9 carbs, and 5 grams of protein. I have the numbers right here. That's what I keep looking at. So not bad. You could definitely have 2 guilt-free, and it's just a lot better because I feel like what 2 muffins equal would be like what 1 small regular sugary sweet treat would be. So I feel like you get more. It really satiates that pumpkin craving for like
a baked good. So for the day, including breakfast, lunch, dinner, and this dessert, is 1,656 calories, 134 carbs, and 174 grams of protein. I know, that's a lot of protein, and it's definitely on the higher side of the range I eat in, but I like having the really higher days sometimes because I just feel like it gives me a little extra boost. But as long as you're getting your 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, you're totally okay. And this is just how my protein panned out today, and I'm very happy with it. So, not to mention how essential protein is for every other function in your body. So I hope this video gave you some inspiration for your meals. I hope it gave you some ideas on how you can incorporate the flavors of fall into your healthy meals and into your meal plan or in your rotation of meal prep, because your health and wellness and fitness can coexist with seasonal living. You don't have to choose one or the other. I hate when people say that or think that, and it's so easy to, because you can lose control with all the sweet treats and things like that and all the events that go on. You definitely should have those times where you indulge, but definitely making sure that you're overall 80% of the time taking care of your body, nourishing it with good food, and also being present in the season along the journey, because it does help with staying consistent. And when you have food you enjoy and you get excited for, it honestly just, it makes a world of a difference, and it's going to get you to your goals that much faster. So if you try any of these recipes or anything similar, please let me know. And if you have your own fall recipes that are healthy, that are high protein and low calorie that you default to, leave those in the comments so that we can all try them out. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below so that I know. But thank you so much for spending the day with me. I hope you're having the coziest fall ever, and I will catch you in the next video.